Hello everyone, it is I, Republic Studs, and welcome back to another video. So first, before we get started, I want you all to please press the subscribe button. We're going for 5,500 subs, so if we could get that soon, that would be fantastic, and if everyone watching is sub, that would be a huge help. So in this video, I want to discuss what the deal is with the rest of the 2020 for LEGO Star Wars in terms of sets. So we know that all let's just give some background before we get into that. So we know that even though the sets were scheduled for August, the release date has kind of been flimsy. It's August 1st, and then it's like July, and then it's September 1st. Right now on Lego.com, sets such as the 501st Battle Pack are for pre-order. You get 3, and they are going to be shipped September 1st. But I'm holding out personally because I want to see if they're going to go on sale at Targets or anywhere else sooner. We got the Baby Yoda and Mandalorian Brickheadz. Those were out at the beginning of July, I believe. Middle of July, I'm not 100% sure. And Targets are also putting labels on the shelves that say like 501st Battle Pack, AAT, Anakin Starfighter. So those are starting to pop up everywhere. I have yet to see one at mine yet. Yeah, and they're officially releasing them September 1st, as we know, but it's been kind of flimsy. So yeah. So with that being said, there's the question I'm asking: is there anything else for 2020 after this summer wave? We usually have like a winter wave, a mini spring wave, a summer wave, and a fall wave. The winters usually consist of smaller sets, and there'll maybe be a bigger one, two bigger ones, like microfighters, battle packs, and then we'll get like three or four $20 to $30 sets, and then maybe we'll get a $70 to $60 to $80 sets, like 2 of those. Spring is usually a UCS set for May the 4th, of course, and then we get some big sets. This year we got Dio and the Busts. I wouldn't be surprised if we got those again. And like the year before, we got some of the big juniors, expensive junior sets, as well as some other stuff. I can't particularly remember. And the fall is usually, I forgot, summer, of course. And summer is usually medium price sets. This year they're a bit pricier. Usually there's one big set thrown in there, but they're usually like the $30 sets. There's no real super cheap ones. And then, the fall is always the really detailed, really expensive, really good looking sets. Those are usually for the movies. They're not like play sets, they're not battle packs. They're like movie builds, like Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi, Force Awakens waves, Solo, Rogue One. Not Solo as much. That was kind of flimsy too. So yeah. So right now, here's are the sets we know are still coming out this year. That would be the unannounced, but we have leaked pictures. New set 75294 Bespin Duel, and I'm personally going to be picking this one up. I'm so happy it's coming out with Darth Vader and the arm printing, because I don't want to spend $100 to get another Palpatine's arrest set. So also on top of that, we are getting a Baby Yoda set, or the child, 75318, which has yet to have leaks or been announced. Hopefully it will also come with a little child figure. That would be nice, and it will be very cool. I can't wait for that, and it's buildable. So now I will have another Yoda to add to my growing Yoda collection. And speaking of the child and the Mandalorian, also we got these. We are getting the Mando season 2 in October. To remind you all, I think, as of right now, I haven't seen anything to contradict that, but we are still going to be getting the Mandalorian sets, hopefully. At least in the winter. And maybe we'll get them in October. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It should be confusing. So here's another question I'm going to ask. Will we get a fall wave? I'm going to just go flat out and say it. The answer is no. Now, this is pretty much because of some underlying reasons. Biggest of which is the reason is we haven't seen any leaks for it. There's been no set numbers, no pictures, no factory leaks. We usually get something, but there's just been no rumors at all. And also that concerns me for next year too, because usually they start popping up by now. So usually we get something set numbers, leak photos, but it's just too late at this point. Like we are almost in fall. Like in a month and a half, we'll be in autumn fall season. So yeah. And the next reason is obviously the pandemic that screwed with everything. Uh, and that is definitely halting Lego's production to make sets, which really stinks, and I'm really sad about it because of the stupid pandemic. Um, and now, also, I think this is another reason that nobody's talking about to why that we won't get a fall wave, and this is because we aren't getting any movies. Now, it's entirely possible we might have gotten one, and they just didn't because of this, or I'll give this theory in a bit. But yeah, we didn't get any movies this year. So what would they make it on? They could make it on Mandalorian and Clone Wars, but to make a whole nother movie accurate set wave, which is usually what the September to October waves are, I don't see it happening. Yeah. So that would be my answer again would be no, even if there was a movie and even if there was a movie happening, I don't think it would have happened, which would I mean the movie wouldn't have happened then because pandemic. So yeah. So sorry to break that sad truth, but I think I have a bit of a theory. I think that because like if we'd have the fall wave without the pandemic and there being no new movie, I think that like Lego, if they did make a fall wave, if they were actually planning on it, that we will be getting that fall wave released in January, and then we're gonna be getting the January wave later, and then eventually it's gonna screw up the whole schedule. Will that happen, or will they just add on to the usual sets they release? I don't know. I thought that was just something someone brought up to me, and I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. What if one of the fall, all the fall sets that were planned to come out, but they had the whole production, will come out at a later date? Maybe they'll come out next fall. I don't know. I don't know if they do that with some of those sets because they're seasonal. But yeah. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think we're going to be getting any more sets other than obviously the summer sets, which are slowly being released out into the world, and I'm very sad I haven't gotten them yet, as well as the other sets such as Baby Yoda, buildable Baby Yoda, and the Bespin Duel, which is going to retail for about $39.99. Baby Yoda is still kind of up in the air, and yeah, Brickheadz Set doesn't have anything else on it. The only thing they still haven't even listed the new Luke's Bespin Duel one, which is sad. But yeah, so my theory is those are going to be the only two coming out. Lego may surprise us. I hope they do. That would be very nice if we had a nice little surprise. But yeah, so now let's pin our eyes towards 2021, which I may cover in another video in what the deal is with 2021 sets, because I'm starting to get a bit concerned. I haven't seen any leaks. There's been no leaks, no pictures, no like there was one loose leak. There was one like loose leak that I'm like having more skepticisms around, and he adds to it and it makes it worse. It makes it sound less credible. So we have heard nothing about this upcoming wave, which is very annoying, and I'm genuinely concerned. I'll say that much. Hopefully we'll figure it out. Hopefully we will still get a January wave, winter wave. If we don't, that would be really sad because that would be a huge missed opportunity, and we would have a really long gap of no major waves coming out. And obviously we have bigger things in the world right now. That's fine. But yeah. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to give a huge shout out to Jonak Toys, the sponsor of this video. He has helped a ton with the channel. Please use code RStuds for 5% off. He has the coolest stuff. You get a $1 Phase 2 Rex decal. He basically makes these decals for $1 that are identical to the Lego figures, which is just insane. I have a few. I'll hopefully be getting a few more. So yeah, make sure to check him out and use my code. It will help the channel out a ton. RStuds, of course. And yeah, again, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, do all the other buttons except the dislike.